Alan Shearer's absence is surprisingly Lee Clark's opportunity. The midfield player displaced by David Batty's arrival last March, given his fourth start of the season, as Newcastle seek to equal that Premiership record of 8 wins in a row at the expense of Leicester City. It's the solitary, unexpected change to the Newcastle team which mauled Manchester United 5-0 last weekend. Peter Beardsley will now play around Ferdinand up front, but Faustino Asprilla, who did play in the midweek Coca-Cola Cup win, looked extremely disappointed at only being a substitute. Leicester City have already lost 3 Premier games at Filbert Street. The 2 home wins, though, secured with goals from 18-year-old Emile Heskey, a 6'2" tall England schoolboy youth and under-21 international who has attracted the interest of other clubs. Leicester play with 3 at the back, 5 across midfield, Heskey up front with the ever-durable Steve Claridge. Graham Poll of Tring is this afternoon's referee. Well, Alan Shearer and Ferdinand scored 17 goals in 13 appearances together. It remains to be seen what effect Shearer's absence will have on Newcastle's challenge for silverware this season over the next 5 or 6 weeks. Here's Philippe Albert, who scored one of those great goals against Manchester United last Sunday. Faustino Asprilla's reaction when he learned in the dressing room that he was a substitute was to come outside and immediately get on his mobile phone. Ginola. Challenge was fair. Graham Poll has waved away appeals for a free kick. Izet, who took it off Albert, just needed the support a bit tighter to him perhaps, but Leicester sharp in the challenge. Here's Batty under pressure. He ran it out. It's a corner. Leicester City snapping at the heels of the Premiership leaders. Heskey wins it. Oh, it's a back header. Beresford. Safely clutched by Černíček. But the ball initially won very well in the air by Heskey, forcing the defender Beresford to almost concede an own goal. Lee Clark. Ginola, faced by Grayson. Well, Walsh could have let it go, and surely he needed better instruction from his goalkeeper, Casey Keller. He's kept the ball alive when it could have been goal kick. Ginola, lifted in left-footed, Ferdinand wins it! Oh, super save! But that all came about because of the early incident when Steve Walsh headed the ball back across his own goal mouth when he could have let it go behind. The ball came back in, great header Ferdinand, super save. Lost it, and Leicester have a player down hurt, but Graham Poll hesitated before finally blowing the whistle. Casey Keller arrived here from Millwall in July, and that's a really excellent save. He couldn't have stretched any further. 5 clean sheets in 12 appearances so far. Played for America in the Olympic football tournament in the summer, Casey Keller. Leicester again pressurising Newcastle to win bits and pieces of possession. Here's Beardsley. Ferdinand's made a break down that left side, marked by Pryor. Oh, he's missed out Pryor. Ferdinand, right foot. Well, it was hit with the ferocity of a shell, but it went over the crossbar. And that's twice in the space of a minute or so that Les Ferdinand has come close to putting the Premiership leaders in front. learning to play today without his partner Shearer. This is it. Here's Lennon. Taylor. Pryor comes forward. Here's Grayson. Now Grayson in a good position. Yes, Claridge. Steve Claridge puts Leicester ahead against the team who head the Premiership. It was a build-up which will have pleased the manager, Martin O'Neill. They were persistent, they were precise. Simon Grayson put in a great position, he just hit it in hard. And all Schernicek could do was push it out to the feet of number 9, Steve Claridge, who slots his 3rd goal of the season. Kevin Keegan in the middle there as we look, alongside his new defensive coordinator, Mark Lawrenson, maybe just a little bit concerned at the moment. Philippe Albert. John Beresford. Ginola. Beresford, well found. Beardsley let it run. Lee! Was a good chance, well worked by Newcastle. Peter Beardsley with the dummy. And Robert Lee arriving to strike it just from the edge of the penalty area. Hasn't scored in his last 17 appearances for Newcastle. No whistle. Beresford. Ginola. Grayson sharp with the challenge. Well, Ginola's ended up on the floor, but the linesman's only about 4 feet away and he hasn't signalled anything. Graham Poll going across to have a word with the linesman on that far side, Keith Hill. Ginola's well, the outcome is that Ginola gets a yellow card, presumably for feigning injury. The linesman was only about 4 feet away. That's who David Ginola is now trying to have a word with, but the linesman signalled nothing when Ginola went down, and he got up in a manner which suggested he thought he'd taken one on the chin. John Beresford. Beardsley. Ginola. That's a good ball. Ferdinand. Another superb save by Keller to deny the head of Les Ferdinand. 26 years of age, Casey Keller, the US international keeper. That was closer to him than the one in the first half, but it was so close when Ferdinand won it that it needed another excellent stop. Newcastle get increasingly anxious. And now Beardsley giving it away. And then very sharp to make amends and find Robert Lee in a good position. Well, Scott Taylor protests that he won the ball. Free kick is given though. Well, he got the ball, but it was after he'd already had contact with Robert Lee. Ginola, but he may be a decoy. No, he isn't. Oh, he took a deflection off Darren Peacock, which changed the route of the ball. Casey Keller fortunate to smother it. It also went through the legs of the defender, Julian Watts. And 1 Faustino Asprilla just getting to his feet, maybe about to be introduced to the action. Certainly it's about the time of a match when a manager's thoughts begin to turn to alternatives, with the 11 on the field unable as yet to get a goal. Ferdinand, back to Beardsley. Here's Watson, to Ferdinand. Ferdinand surely now. Oh! Keller's denied him again. It's a hat-trick of superb saves. Albert waits for it to bounce. Well, Les Ferdinand has scored 10 goals for Newcastle in his last 10 appearances, but he must begin to wonder what on earth he's got to do here this afternoon. Oh, Marshall may get there. He has. Marshall, but Peacock has covered. Newcastle cling on by their fingertips. And how quick was Ian Marshall to spot what was going to happen then from Batty. Walsh quickly back on his feet. It's been a really absorbing match. Tussles all over the field. No let-up in the commitment from either side. And Leicester so close there to going 2-0 up, and surely that would have wrapped it up. Marshall cutting off the back pass, trying to turn the ball back towards an empty goal, but Darren Peacock had got back to rescue the situation on the goal line. Asprilla in, Peacock's forward, here's Lee, Beardsley, they're queuing up for a little touch. Albert! Position was good, no flag. The time to pick a spot, but he planted the header right across the face of goal. Beautifully found by Beardsley, but 2 yards wide of the target. He's not offside. Heskey, he scores. It's 2-0 Leicester. Heskey, his 4th goal of the season, and Newcastle surely now are to be denied that record-equalling 8th win in a row in the Premiership. The teenager who has attracted the attention of bigger clubs. It was a poor attempt at an overhead by Batty. No offside against Heskey. He committed Chernychek and left him on the floor. It's his 11th league goal for Leicester City in his 42nd appearance. It's a good ball by Lennon. Here's Izzet. Looking for Heskey. Oh! He stole up at the back of the penalty area, Heskey. Spotted by Izzet. Hit it on the volley, and only just wide. Gibson's header. Turned away even before Keller had claimed it, knowing how easy it would be for the keeper. It's Newcastle's throw. Cross to Beresford. Graham Paul has checked his watch. Here's Ginola. Looking for Ferdinand, and what else but Keller's ball. As the whistle goes, how fitting that it should end with Leicester's goalkeeper Casey Keller having plucked it out of the air. Emile Heskey, the former England schoolboy youth and now under-21 international, with the goal that really clinched the most unlikely win of the day. But don't forget the saves by Casey Keller. Ferdinand alone could have had a hat-trick, but for the Leicester City keeper. Steve Claridge, who didn't complete the match, put Leicester City ahead in the 17th minute. Heskey's goal coming 10 minutes from time. And Newcastle's dream of equalling Manchester United's record of 8 Premiership wins in a row ends in a final defeat here at Filbert Street. It's Leicester City 2, it's Newcastle United 0.